Growing up as a kid, I was a big fan of the comic book character Judge Dredd. Be it the dystopian universe, the absolute ridiculous amounts of violence, or just plain the sci-fi atmosphere of it all, I was completely hooked. And in many ways I still am to this day, having a sizable collection of not only the comics, but I've also started to collect the games. In this series, each week we will be looking at a different game, and overall we'll be judging if it's a pile of absolute drock. So let us begin with our first one. Okay then, Judge Dredd for the Commodore 64, and as you can probably hear by now, I'm going to be playing this without the sound on. Unfortunately at home, you get to hear the awful music, which will indeed drone on and loop. I will probably quite nicely turn it down in the mix. Now, this is how the game is set up. If we allow more than 8 crimes to actually spread across Mega City 1, it will be game over. As you can see, there are 6 at the moment, 7, 8 will shortly follow, and then game over. And we get to ride the Lawmaster motorcycle and pick which crime we want to go to. So I'm going to let that just fail. Okay. So let's go to one before things kick off. Now the objective of each level is to find the perpetrator and kill them, or arrest them, or do something such as that. They will be completely white, and they will usually have some sort of machine gun. Now, you're not actually playing Judge Dredd as we search for this perpetrator, because it could be anywhere on this bloody map, and believe me, it's a fair old size map. We're just playing a generic judge, and if we die, a replacement judge will come and take our place. So yeah, as you can see, there's quite a lot to see here. There's the main Mega City 1 hub. If there is a blue door, we can enter that and go into buildings, and also there's the Undercity. There's lots of hazards to actually face on our way round as well. The dogs can kill us, robots can kill us. This will take us to the Undercity, and I can also change my type of ammo. There doesn't seem to be a whole lot of difference between them, apart from heat-seeking does home in. We can also do halt mode, which basically just gets them to stop and they might give up. Warn modes, which means we fire up into the air, not very useful, and we can just kill them. We will be mostly focusing on killing mutants. The main difficulty of the game is there's a lot here, but actually trying to find the perpetrator is the main problem. You're not really giving any indication of where they are. Now these maps are the same each time we do a different crime. Oh, thank God for that. I've actually played this game a few times, and trying to get a ROM that didn't crash horribly has actually been quite difficult. We can actually also kill the civilians. This isn't a civilian, this is a mutant. As you can see, the sort of heat-seeking is interesting, but it doesn't really do that much. We can kill civilians, and that's gonna hurt if I drop in the grinder. Yeah, we can kill civilians, but we don't really get penalised for it. If anything, we actually do get a bit of a score increase. Now, is that an elevator? It is indeed. I'm going to switch. Oh, there he is! And I'm not going to have the health to kill him. And game over. If you actually try to pick this game up without reading the manual, my God, you'd be in for a bloody world of hurt. Since luckily it is all explained in there. But otherwise, it's so random and you have no idea what to actually do. It's quite daunting. But overall, the actual sort of feel and look of the 2008 universe is here. Is that going to... That's not trying to get me into the fire, is it? No, I'm just going on a conveyor belt. Dredd can jump ridiculously well, as you can probably see. Although it's not Dredd, you're just a random judge. We're going to call this one Judge Barry. So yeah, and to be honest, that is actually most of the game, and I'm stuck on warn mode. There we go, back to kill. If you manage to stop a predetermined amount of crimes, and of course you can only stop, oh, God's sake, environmental hazards as well, you can die for that, mate. And we did, no, I think we actually lost 10 points of that, bloody hell. If you actually defeat a certain number of crimes, you will then get an ending cinematic. So there is actually an end game here. But getting to it is actually very difficult, and I've actually only been able to do it once, I think, off the top of my head. And I am already completely lost, which is lovely. It's actually in my best interest to probably just get killed. Right, we'll go over to littering, because everything's a crime in the good old Judge Dredd universe. And I'm stuck on halt again. Right, there we go. So anyway, let's talk about mechanics here. The game does actually look quite interesting. The fact that everything's very fast. It doesn't feel like you're moving through treacle. To actually fire, and I'll do this without shooting a civilian, you just press and hold the button and you can shoot in multiple directions, and I shot the civilian and lost 10 points. I don't think you can go into the minus points. I don't think that ends up in an end game scenario. These robots can be painful as well. But again, the manual does sort of point out the fact that civilian deaths may be inevitable. Now you may be thinking, well hang on, why I'm playing this? Is there some sort of timer? From what I understand, no. As long as we don't die in this and we find the perpetrator, all is good. But whether or not we're actually going to find the perp is completely arbitrary. As they do sort of respawn in different places each time. I mean, I'm tempted back to go down to the Undercity and maybe find one there, but there's no indication. I think that's what the game could have done with just like a little arrow pointing you in the right... There we go, right. Have I got the health to do this? Yep, okay, we managed to actually kill a perpetrator. Well done to bloody me. Now we've got to find another one. Let's say, trying to have... I think we've got to... I would sort of guess from if you allow 8 crimes to build up, you lose, that 8 is maybe the number you've got a gun for. Or it could be a score-based, where we've got to solve a certain number of crimes before we actually get endgame. But there's a lot here. I mean, the actual... It's very... I'm not going to say Metroidvania-esque, but the big sprawling levels, because there is a fair amount to sort of go around here. I think my only real concern is it would be beneficial if you played this a few times, you'd probably have the map completely sorted out in your head of where everything is. Like, I don't, off the top of my head, know how to get to the Undercity. And I wish the perp spawning wasn't as random. Right, okay, and game over. So we managed to kill one perp. Okay, this one's murder, so let's go here. We're on normal... No, you're on kill and we're on normal ammo. That will do. Let's just drop right down. I mean, the fact that there's... if you were to boot up this game, and like I did actually before I actually looked at the manual, because I haven't played this in a hell of a long time, you really do have no idea what to do, because the game doesn't really tell you. And you could go around shooting all these people only to be then killed by the dogs. I think you can actually run out of ammo as well, although that sounds like something that would happen. Well, has happened to me, I should say. Don't hit me with your club. Okay, I'm going to keep running around the Undercity just in case he's around there. See, this looks different now. I have no idea what just happened. It's so easy to get lost. I mean, we have a score of 0. Right, okay, hang on. Plump. Okay, sure. Electric mice, good old Pikachus. We're just going to take that elevator up. It's nice that there isn't a bloody time limit on this section, or things would go really badly. Come on. A perpetrator would be lovely. I think the only real thing I can say about this, why we're waiting for something to happen, is the fact that there's a lot of sort of promise to this game, and I do like the premise, but overall the execution is quite lacking. I think that they would have probably been better off just making a straight up side-scrolling shooter instead of trying to do something overly complicated, because at the end of the day that's what this is. It is far too complicated for its own good. Especially with the sort of inability to even find where the hell you're meant to go. There is no indicator. And in a minute I am more than likely going to die. I've only got 2 hits left. Right, we'll go in that building, on the off chance. Nope, not at all. And the real other problem is that these sort of backgrounds start to look the same. The only sort of differentiation you can have is the fact that the numbers are there. Right, apparently we're going down to the Undercity again. Come on, mice, kill me. No? Okay. I gave you a chance. You won't be eating my bones tonight. Oh, there he went. Am I actually going to be able to get after him, or is this just going to end up in an endless loop? Okay, right. I have not got the ammo for this, so we'll see what we can do. Nope, apparently not. Go on, we'll do one more. This is Judge Ryan. Judge Ryan Reynolds, apparently. I don't know why that's bloody come into my head. Actually, I prefer Judge Brian Blessed. There we go. He can be Judge Brian Blessed. Why not? And I'm stuck on warning, which is not good. There we go. Back onto kill. And the floor opened up. So anyway, yeah, you might have noticed that. A bit of an interesting bug. Sometimes the only way to find out where the bloody enemies are is if you're lucky enough for them to fall through the bloody floor. And then you can chase after them. Oh, God's sake. It's also quite hard to know what's going to fall apart on you. Okay, let's just go through here. But a nice little indication would be handy, like, for example, just even if you're going to tell me... Oh, hello, hello! Even if you're going to tell me, oh, it's in the upper city or the lower city, that would be good. I think so far on each of these runs... Oh, no, oh, God! Dredd. Person. Okay, let's go for... High explosive round. That doesn't seem to work. Okay, incendiary? No. It appears I don't have ammo for some of these, but I am literally punching him because I'm not going to survive if we actually get anything else. Okay, we managed to kill 2. Right, so, yeah, I don't appear to... That just did not work, did it? So we'll stick with armor piercing. It's strange, I've never actually noticed that before, but maybe some of these ammo types require me to collect items, but I've not seen any items. But anyway, yeah. Well done, Judge Brian. Are you Judge Brian? I think you're Judge Brian. You actually managed to stop 2 crimes. Everyone else has only managed to either stop 1 or none. You'll be bloody, a high judge before you know it. I don't want to go down to the bloody Undercity again, although that seems to be where most of the enemies are turning up. Okay. No. Drop. I'll tell you what, I think I can actually go up there. God, his jump is bloody janky as well. We'll try going in this door, if the dog doesn't bloody take all my health. I've only got 1 hit, so this isn't going to go well. Right, completely the wrong way. And yeah, I thought that'd kill me. And game over. Okay then. In the same year, there was also a ZX Spectrum version released of the game. Now, apart from losing the graphical aesthetic of the Commodore 64 version, as you can see in the bottom right, it has some pretty bonkers colours. The gameplay is mostly the same, with one main big difference, and that being the sound. Instead of getting this repetitive music, we instead get sound effects. Is this actually an improvement? I would argue not, as even though the music in the Commodore 64 game is horrible and drony, everything else about it encapsulates what's awesome about Judge Dredd, even if the gameplay is a bit lacking. Just like to say thank you for watching, and if you click on the annotation that's being shown on the screen now, that will take you to the next episode. If you're watching this before that next episode has been released, feel free to subscribe, and that will of course notify you that way. Ta-ta for now.